Imagine standing at the edge of the world's most secretive military base, shrouded in mystery and conspiracy. I can still feel the desert wind against my skin, the eerie silence interrupted only by my own heartbeat. What I discovered there would change everything I thought I knew. It all began with a simple road trip. My name is Kellan Thorne, an amateur explorer with an insatiable curiosity for the unknown. One summer evening, I found myself on the dusty roads of Nevada, not far from the legendary Area 51. Stories of extraterrestrial encounters and top-secret experiments had always fascinated me. The allure of the unknown was too strong to resist, and I decided to take a detour. I had no concrete plans to trespass. I just wanted to get a closer look. But as I approached the perimeter, my curiosity grew into an uncontrollable urge to explore further. The sun was setting, casting long shadows over the barren landscape. I parked my car a mile away from the main gates, determined to go on foot from there. As I walked, I couldn't help but recall the countless documentaries and articles I'd consumed about this place. Area 51 was more than just a military base. It was a symbol of the government's hidden truths, the ultimate enigma. Every step closer felt like peeling back a layer of secrecy. I kept telling myself I was just going to take a few photos from a distance, but deep down, I knew that wouldn't satisfy me. The first challenge was avoiding the heavily armed security patrols. From my hiding spot behind a large boulder, I could see the white SUVs patrolling the area. I waited for the right moment and then slipped through the fence at a spot where it seemed to sag slightly. My heart pounded as I crossed the boundary into forbidden territory. Navigating through the desert under the cover of darkness was no easy feat. I stumbled over rocks and cacti, my path illuminated only by the pale light of the moon. Every crunch of gravel underfoot sent a spike of adrenaline through my veins. I had to be cautious, moving silently and sticking to the shadows. The desert's silence was oppressive, broken only by the occasional distant hum of aircraft. I knew I had to be on high alert. My backpack, filled with water, a flashlight, and a few energy bars, felt heavier with each step. The weight of my decision was beginning to settle in, but there was no turning back now. I reached the first checkpoint, a guard tower equipped with motion sensors and infrared cameras. Bypassing this obstacle required more than just stealth. I pulled out a small mirror I had brought along, using it to redirect the sensor's beams away from my path. With my heart in my throat, I crawled past the tower, barely daring to breathe. Just when I thought I was in the clear, I heard the unmistakable sound of approaching footsteps. I ducked behind a cluster of rocks, peering through a gap to see a pair of guards heading my way. My mind raced as I considered my options. There was no turning back now. As the guards drew closer, I pressed myself against the cold, rough surface of the rocks. They were talking in low voices, their flashlights sweeping the area. My mind raced with worst-case scenarios, being caught, detained, or worse. But then, luck was on my side. Their radios crackled, and they were called back to the main gate. I let out a breath I hadn't realized I was holding. I continued my journey, driven by a mix of fear and excitement. The deeper I ventured, the more surreal it became. Structures began to appear in the distance, illuminated by dim security lights. I knew I was getting close to the heart of the base. After what felt like hours of sneaking through the desert, I stumbled upon a hidden entrance. A large hatch partially covered by sand. I pried it open and descended into the darkness below. The air inside was cool and musty, a stark contrast to the hot desert above. I followed a narrow corridor that led to a dimly lit room. The walls were lined with screens displaying streams of data and surveillance footage. At the center of the room stood a massive cylindrical chamber, glowing with an eerie blue light. My pulse quickened as I approached it, my mind racing with possibilities. Suddenly, the chamber's lights intensified, and the room filled with a low hum. I stepped back as the chamber's door slowly opened, revealing a figure inside. It was humanoid, but unlike anything I had ever seen. Tall and slender with elongated limbs and a pale, almost translucent skin. Its eyes opened, revealing deep black voids that seemed to pierce through me. Who are you?" I stammered, unable to look away. The creature stepped out of the chamber, moving with a fluid grace that was both mesmerizing and terrifying. It regarded me with an expression I couldn't decipher. "I am Zephron," it said in a voice that resonated in my mind rather than my ears. "You have trespassed into a place not meant for your kind." Panic set in, but I forced myself to stay calm. "I didn't mean to intrude," I said, taking a step back. I wanted to know the truth." Zephron tilted its head, considering my words. "The truth is a dangerous thing," it replied. "But perhaps you are different from the others." Before I could respond, alarms blared and red lights flashed throughout the room. "Intruder detected," a robotic voice announced. Zephron turned to me, urgency in its gaze. "You must leave now. Follow me." I had no choice but to trust this alien being. Zephron led me through a series of tunnels, moving swiftly and silently. We reached a small, concealed exit that opened into a rocky outcrop just outside the base's perimeter. "Go," Zephron urged. "And remember, some secrets are meant to remain hidden." I ran until my legs burned, not stopping until I was safely back at my car. As I drove away from Area 51, my mind was a whirlwind of thoughts. What had I just witnessed? Why had Zephron let me go? The experience left me with more questions than answers. Over the following weeks, I tried to make sense of it all. I researched everything I could about extraterrestrial life and top-secret military projects, but nothing matched what I had seen. The memory of Zephron's eyes haunted me, a constant reminder of the mysteries that still lingered. I knew I couldn't share my story with just anyone. Most would dismiss it as a wild fabrication. But for those who dared to believe, it was a glimpse into a hidden world that defied explanation. I couldn't shake the feeling that Zephron had shown me something profound. What if the government wasn't just hiding extraterrestrial technology, but was actively working with beings from other worlds? The implications were staggering. Each night I replayed the events in my mind, analyzing every detail, every word Zephron had said. One evening, as I sat in my study surrounded by notes and conspiracy theories, my phone buzzed with a notification. An email from an unknown sender. I hesitated but opened it. The message contained a single line: "We are not alone. Stay vigilant." Attached was a grainy photograph of Zephron, standing in the chamber. Who had sent this? How did they know about my encounter? It felt like a warning and a confirmation all at once. My mind raced with paranoia and excitement. I had to find out more, but I knew I had to be careful. I reached out to a few trusted friends who shared my interest in the unknown. We formed a small, secret group dedicated to uncovering the truth behind my encounter. We met in secluded places, exchanging information and theories. Each piece of the puzzle led us deeper into the rabbit hole. One night, during a particularly intense meeting, my friend Elena, a brilliant hacker, revealed something shocking. "I managed to access some encrypted files from a government database," she said, her eyes wide with excitement. "There's a project named Exodus that involves extraterrestrial collaboration. It matches the timeline of your encounter." We pored over the documents, piecing together the story of a covert operation to harness alien technology and establish communication with otherworldly beings. It was both thrilling and terrifying. The implications were far-reaching, and the dangers were real. As months passed, our group continued to gather evidence, slowly uncovering the truth behind Project Exodus. We learned that Zephron was not the only extraterrestrial involved. There were others, each with their own agenda and abilities. The more we discovered, the more we realized how fragile our world was in the face of such knowledge. One day, while going through some recently acquired documents, I came across a personal letter addressed to me. It was from Zephron. "Kellan," it read, "your pursuit of truth is commendable, but be wary. Not all who seek knowledge do so with pure intentions. Some secrets are better left in the shadows." The message was clear. Our quest for the truth had drawn the attention of powerful forces. I knew then that our mission was not just about uncovering secrets, but about protecting humanity from potential threats. We decided to go public with our findings, carefully releasing information in a way that would raise awareness without causing mass panic. We used anonymous platforms, leaking bits of data and encouraging open discussion. The world needed to know, but it also needed to be prepared. The reaction was mixed. Some hailed us as heroes, while others dismissed us as conspiracy theorists. But the seeds of doubt were planted, and people began to question the official narratives. Our group continued to operate in the shadows, ever vigilant, ever watchful. Reflecting on my journey, I realized that the greatest lesson I had learned was not about aliens or government secrets. It was about the power of curiosity and the importance of seeking the truth, no matter how dangerous it might be. Knowledge is a double-edged sword, and with it comes the responsibility to use it wisely.
If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever had an encounter with the unexplained? Let me know. And stay tuned for the next episode, where we'll delve even deeper into the mysteries that surround us. The adventure is just beginning.